Hi guys, it's Amber from Amber Eats Books, and I'm here today to do a tag video. I haven't done a tag in a couple of weeks, actually. I actually filmed one in a couple of weeks. As you could tell, I'm in the same attire that I was in for my last two videos that I posted. I will probably be in the same attire for the next couple because I am pre-filming today, and I am just not in the mood to try to change wardrobe and redo my hair or anything to make you guys think that I'm filming on separate days, because I am not. I am a busy person, a busy mother, and I have the time off today. It is spring break, so I am just getting these knocked out. Anyway, let's get into this tag. Today's tag is the Sisterhood of the World tag. I was actually tagged by two different people. I was tagged by Jessie from Jessie's Shelf, and I was also tagged by Karen from Alanna Reads. I will link both of their channels below, as well as the original creators if I can find it down below. The premise of this tag is to come up with 10 questions. So like Jessie had someone come up with 10 questions for her, then she made up 10 questions and then passed them along to me, as well as that is what Karen did as well. Since I was tagged by two people, I'm going to answer all 20 questions, and then I'm going to choose 5 questions from each of theirs and kind of merge them together and pass them on to the people that I choose to tag. So it sounds a little confusing, but let's just get into it and we will see how it goes. So I am just going to try to run down these questions. I'm going to start with Jessie's question. Name a book you gave 1 to 2 stars and why. The first book that popped into my head is All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy. I tried to read it last year and just could not stand the run-on sentences or the lack of punctuation, and the storyline just was not enough for me to forgive those things. So definitely didn't like it. And then it says, with your eyes closed, grab a random book off your shelf, open, and read the first sentence from that book. So the first book is Nightmares and Dreamscapes by Stephen King. Of course it's a Stephen King book. Let me see if I can find the first sentence because he has some introductions here. I waited and watched for 7 years. Pretty cool first line. I actually like that. Number 3, show us a book that was completely a cover buy. If you've read the book, was it as beautiful on the inside as it was on the outside? I have not read this book, but when I saw this spine sitting on the shelf at Goodwill, the bright green and the black just really drew me to it. And then when I saw the cover, I absolutely fell in love with it. I have not read the story. I've heard a few mixed reviews on it, so I'm hoping that I do like it when I do read it, because I would love to keep this book. I tend not to keep books that I don't like. But yes, it's Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt. I just love the teapot and the words woven into it and the colors. Oh, beautiful. The next one is question number 4, Cassandra Clare or Sarah J. Maas. I have not read a single Cassandra Clare book at all. I tried watching Shadowhunters on ABC Family, or what's now called Freeform, and just wasn't for me. I didn't really enjoy it. I did read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is by Sarah J. Maas, and it was okay. I wasn't in love with it, though I know many people say the next book was even better, so I may go back and try to reread that. So if I had to pick between the two, I guess Sarah J. Maas. Question number 5, what is an underhyped book you loved? And I've mentioned this book many times. I don't know where I put it, but it's Rules of the Wild by Francesca Marciano. I read that last year. It is a book that not many people know of, and I really enjoyed it. Number 6, what is an overhyped book you disliked? And that would have to probably be, let me think. What did I read this year? There was something I read that it's not that I disliked it, it didn't live up to its potential. I remember what it was. Everything by Nicola Yoon. I was really, really looking forward to it, and once I read it, I was like, so what was the big deal about this book? I don't get it. I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, I don't get it. Number 7, recommend a diverse book. I recently read a book called, hold on. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. Found the book I was looking for, and that is Warriors Don't Cry by Melba Pattillo-Beals. This is a must-read for everyone. The next question is number 8. Do you prefer happy endings or sad endings? I am a person that can go either way. I love happy endings, of course, but sad endings can be so poignant and beautiful and really just, I've learned to live with them. When I was younger, I only wanted happy endings, but now that I'm older, you kind of realize the world is not so black and white, and happy endings don't happen all the time here in the real world. So it is definitely something that I've come to have respect for and to really see the beauty in. So either way, I could choose either one. Number 9, name a book genre you don't pick up much, if ever. Definitely romance. I am not a romance, just straight up romance person. I don't mind romance that is mixed into other books like fantasy or historical fiction or whatever. I don't mind having romance stories. I just don't pick up straight romance books very often at all. Question number 10, talk about your most anticipated release for 2017. That would have to be Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. I am so looking forward to that book. I cannot even tell you. Anytime Stephen King puts out something new, I'm so excited, and to have it be something co-written with his son, I'm just even more excited for. So that is definitely my most anticipated so far this year. And now for the questions from Karen from Alanna Reads. Question number 1, where do you get most of your book recommendations? Probably here on BookTube. I don't know many readers in real life. I only have maybe a couple of friends outside of BookTube that actually read anything and pass it along or say you should read that. So the majority I get here on BookTube. Number 2, where do you buy books most often? Used books probably at Goodwill or my library sales, and new books mostly on Amazon. Question number 3, have you ever signed up for a subscription box? No, but I've been so tempted to. They look so much fun. I just don't have the money to be spending on that every month. Question number 4, do you give books as gifts? Only to people who I know would enjoy them. I'm not the type of person to kind of force books on people that aren't, readers or don't like that particular genre, but I do give books here and there. Like this past Christmas, I gifted books, a book to my best friend who is a reader but doesn't read like as much as I do, but she does read, and I thought she would really enjoy this one book that I read last year, so I gifted that to her, and I hope she reads it, and I hope she loves it. Number 5, what is the best bookish gift you received yourself? I don't know. I've gotten so many. I really loved the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book that I got for Christmas last year. It was so beautiful, and my kids bought it, and it wasn't even on my wish list. So that was probably one of the best ones I've gotten so far. Number 6, what is the first book you remember choosing for yourself? Probably Sweet Valley High books. I know that I probably chose books when I was younger, but I was so into Sweet Valley. I think I've read the Sweet Valley twins books first and then moved into Sweet Valley High, and I remember asking for them, and my stepmom got me like a subscription service where 1 or 2 books came every single month, and it was so much fun. I wish they kind of did that now for kids, but it was cheaper than obviously subscription boxes are now. So I would have to look into that and see if they did that anywhere else, but it was so much fun, and I loved getting them every month and reading them. Number 7, do you read several books at once or one at a time? Physical books, pretty much one at a time, unless I am buddy reading something with someone, then I will read that and I will read another one. I have just recently really gotten into audiobooks, so I will do a physical book and an audiobook at the same time. Number 8, do you DNF books? What would make you give up on a book? I do DNF, and what really makes me give up is either A, the style of writing and I just don't mix, or B, I've just read some things that were very problematic and I didn't like it, or I think the plot is just going so painstakingly slow that I just can't get through it. Number 9, do you read indie authors? Who would you recommend? I have not read very many indie authors, actually. So I don't have recommendations, but I would love recommendations from you guys on books by indie authors that I should read. I know there are a few here on BookTube that I am trying to get to their books eventually. So I would definitely give recommendations once I have read their works. And then number 10, use the title of a book or few books to describe your bookish self. Hold on, let me look. Okay, so I found a book that I think might work. The book is Eat, Pray, Love. I obviously eat books and I pray that I will love them. So that concludes the Sisterhood of the World tag. Like I said, I'm going to take 5 questions from each of these and I'm going to then post them so the people that I tag can answer them. I am going to tag a bunch of people. I don't know exactly who. I'm going to kind of do my research and see who has done it and who hasn't, because I don't want to re-tag someone. But I will post all those names down below, and I will hopefully try to contact you either through Twitter or here on YouTube to let you guys know that I did tag you. So look for your name, and I hope you guys have a great week and happy reading.